everybody, this is Green Spirit. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to take you along in my process of making some cough and sore throat syrup. My son has had a cough and sore throat for the last 2 days, so I thought this would be a good time to go ahead and make it and that you might find it interesting. So let's go ahead and get started. I hope to make this video kind of quickly, so I hope you enjoy. So the ingredients you're going to need for this syrup are going to be approximately 1 1/4 cup of honey. I do have, my honey has been sitting there for a little while, so it's a little crystallized, but that's fine. It's approximately a cup and a quarter. You can put up to a cup and a half of honey. I'm using plantain leaf. This is our organic plantain leaf that I got at my local herb store. You don't have to buy organic, but I do. It's up to you. And you're going to want about a 1/4 cup of plantain leaf. This is what it looks like. I'm also, and also plantain, just for your information, is wonderful for sore throats, and it soothes and heals the membrane. So if you guys cough, you know when you cough a lot, your throat gets really raw. This is what the plantain leaf is for. And then I'm also using licorice root slices, and I got this from Mountain Rose Herbs. This is also organic. It comes in this great big package. So this stuff lasts a long time, just because it's such a large amount. But if you are like us in my family, we tend to use this a lot throughout the fall and winter seasons. So here is the amount of licorice root slices that I have. I'm going to go ahead and pull them because it's not precise. So I'm going to give you like a little visual here. It's a little palm size of licorice root. This might seem like a lot of herb or plant material to you, but we are making a super concentrated syrup. So it is a large amount, but it really does work really well. If you guys are concerned about the licorice root, if you guys don't necessarily like licorice root, I know how you feel. I am not a fan of licorice. I don't like licorice candy or anything like that. But this, because of the honey and the plantain, this actually doesn't taste really strongly of licorice. So I encourage you that even if you don't like licorice, to go ahead and give this a try. And you might be surprised that you might actually like this syrup. Also, you know, this is a home remedy. I do have to put a disclaimer that, you know, I'm not a medical doctor or a nurse or anything like that, but this is a home remedy, so use at your own discretion. So there you go. I also have a brown glass bottle that I use for the syrup. Usually this bottle is sufficient. Sometimes, because this is a little crystallized, it might be a little bit more honey than normal. So I've got a larger bottle here, just in case if it doesn't fit, but it should be fine. And then also what you're going to need is about 2 1/4 cup of boiling hot water. This is actually really hot. I just turned it down so that we can get it in the video. Without it reducing while I'm trying to talk to you here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn on the heat again, and all I'm going to do is make essentially an infusion. An infusion is just another fancy word for tea, very strong tea. I do suggest that what you do first is that you pour in your licorice pieces first, and you want to let them go for about 5 minutes. Because this is a bark, it's going to take a little longer to kind of saturate the bark. So you're going to want to do that. And then after 5 minutes, go ahead and add your plantain leaf. And what's going to happen is while it's boiled down, it's going to turn a very dark color. Once that is dark, then you're going to want to wait for it to cool a little bit, and then you're going to want to strain it, and you're going to want to squeeze out as much of the water out of the plant material as possible. You can use cheesecloth for this, or a mesh, or a sieve, but just try to squeeze out as much of the water as possible from the plant material. And then I'll be back and we'll go ahead and add our honey. Okay, so thank you, and we'll be back shortly. Thanks. Okay guys, so it's been about 5 minutes, and as you can see, the licorice bark has started to release some of its properties and color. I have this on kind of a low simmer, so that's what you want to achieve. You don't want it like boiling, because otherwise, like super boiling, because otherwise you're gonna lose some of your liquid. So to this, I'm gonna go ahead and add my plantain leaf, and I'm going to go ahead and just take a spoon, and I'm going to stir it. And as you can see, it just makes it quite dark. I'm going to turn this down even more, because as you can see, it's, as soon as I added the plantain, it started to bubble quite a bit. So try to get it, you don't want to turn it off, but you do want to just turn it down pretty low, because the water's already hot, so it will extract the properties from the plantain leaf without having to simmer substantially. You're essentially making a tea. So you want to just turn it down to your low setting, and you're going to want to give that about 5 minutes as well. Okay? Okay everybody, so as you can see, I've gone ahead and strained my plant material from my water. It made approximately 3/4 cups of liquid. If you'd like, you can add a little bit more water beforehand if you want a little bit more liquid, but you have to understand that this is super duper concentrated. So although it's a small amount of liquid, it is very concentrated. I don't know if you guys can see how dark this brew is. It's almost like coffee. It's how it should be. So to this, I've gone ahead and turned my burner up to medium low, and then I'm going to go ahead and add my honey to this. And for you, all of you wondering how this is kind of pouring out so quickly, what I've done is whenever you put like honey in a container, or like molasses or something, you can just go ahead and just rub a little bit of oil, just a teeny tiny bit of oil on the glass, and it will make it slip out a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this all in. I'm going to have to put you guys down and use a spatula to get it all completely out of my container. But you can see it cleans it out pretty well when you add a little bit of oil. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn up the heat until it starts to get, I put it up to about a medium. And then what you're going to do is essentially just dissolve the honey into this infusion. Okay, so we'll be back in just a minute. Thanks. Okay guys, so here I've gone ahead and dissolved the honey, and it only takes a very short amount of time to dissolve because the liquid was already warm. So as you can see, there it is with all that honey dissolved into it. You're going to want to let it simmer down. So you're going to put it up. I'm going to put the heat up to about medium to well, you can put it up to medium high and then bring it down gently. You just want to get it kind of start boiling a little bit, and then you go ahead and turn it down to a simmer, and you're going to want to simmer it till it becomes just a little bit more syrupy, because you're going to be boiling some of the liquid out of it so it thickens up. Okay? Alright, we'll get that going and then we'll be back. Okay, everybody, so as you can see, this syrup is done. It simmered for about 10 minutes, and as you can see, it's a little bit thicker in consistency. Obviously, it's not going to be as syrupy as a conventional store-bought cough syrup because this is a natural syrup, and the other ones that you get at the store tend to have a lot of additives and preservatives to it. Essentially, this is a little bit different. What I'm going to allow this to do is now cool off a little bit before I pour it into my jar. You'll want to allow it to cool completely on your counter, and then you can go ahead and stick it in the fridge. So the dosage for this cough syrup is 3 times a day, 1 tablespoon before meals or as needed, and it will last in your fridge for approximately 6 months. So once it's cooled down enough, I will go ahead and show it to you in the bottle, and then that will be it. Okay, everybody, so here is the finished product. I have gone ahead and poured it into the bottle, and it made approximately 1.5 cups of syrup. It's currently hanging out here on my counter so that it can cool. I've left the lid off so that it will cool easier and also doesn't seal my lid to the top of the bottle. It smells amazing in here, guys. And for all of you concerned about the licorice, if you are not a licorice fan, I can guarantee you that this does not taste like licorice pretty much at all. It mostly just tastes like an herbal honey. And it's quite delicious, and it's wonderful to use. I've used it for several years. And my son, who doesn't really like licorice either, he loves drinking this syrup. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. If you really enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button for future videos from me. Also, I wanted to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I noticed that we are fast approaching our 150 subscriber mark, which is so exciting and amazing, and I just want to say thank you because we are fast approaching our 150 subscriber mark. I will be go ahead and doing a video shortly for our giveaway as a thank you for subscribing. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and blessed be, and goodbye.